First Tee, welcome to the Google Classroom. For those of you who I've not met yet, my name is Jordan Hall and I'm the Director of Programs at the First Tee of the Triangle. Obviously today we're in my living room, so I'm going to teach you how to play a game called Risk First Reward, and we're going to talk about our golf fundamental of Get Ready to Swing, specifically focusing on aim and alignment. So as you can see, I've got this game set up in my living room. We've got 3 triangles set up that all have different point values. I was fortunate enough to have painter's tape that I used to make my triangles. Feel free to be creative and use other household items. I also use painter's tape for my starting point to make sure I stay consistent there. But again, be creative, share your ideas, send in what you're working on. We'd love to see those things. For this game, as I mentioned, we're going to focus on aim and alignment. You'll notice as we start to play the game how that comes into play. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes. But for this game, my largest triangle is going to be worth 1 point, as you can see on the card. My middle triangle is the medium-sized one, it's worth 2. And then my smallest triangle is going to be worth 3 points. Most likely that one's going to be the most difficult to hit, so that's why it's got the highest point value. So there's where, as you might have already assumed, that's where Risk First Reward comes into play. We're going to be choosing which one we want to go to with our 5 golf balls. We're going to hit all 5 from our starting point and see how many points that we can collect, again, while focusing on aim and alignment. So I'm going to start. Since it's my first time playing this game, I'm not feeling all that confident. I'm going to start with the first square, or the first triangle, excuse me. Alright, I made the first one. As you can see, my body is pointing that way. My club face is pointing that way. That is where our aim and alignment comes into play. So far, I have 1 point. My second one just barely made it. So I've got 2 points after my 2 golf balls. I'm going to turn my body and try to be a little more risky and go for the second triangle. Just missed that one. I'm going to try it again just because I barely missed it. That time I got it. So with my final golf ball, I'm going to turn my body. So I've got my body aligned. I've got my club face aimed at my target. I was lucky I made that one. So for this activity, I've got 2 in the 1 zone, so that's 2 points. 1 in the middle zone, so that's 2 additional points. I'm at 4. And then I've got 1 in the 3rd zone, that's 3. So 4 plus 3, I ended up with 7 points for this round. Again, out of 5 golf balls, 7 points. We hope that you'll try this at home. We would like you to post your video on our Google Classroom to share and compete with other kids in the classroom, or at home, find ways to compete with your siblings and let us know how you're playing it, how you're doing, and how you're scoring. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below or feel free to reach out to us directly. Best of luck and enjoy.